What's up, y'all? This is episode 17 of Conversations with Coomer. I'm here with my brother Omar. You may recognize him from the Morocco vlog, from Spain, from the Valencia vlog, and more. We've known each other now for, a bit more than a year?
Yeah, like a
Probably.
year and a half. Yeah.
A bit more than a year. He's a Compass member. We've been to, I think in the Morocco vlog, we talked about maybe 5 countries together, something like that.
Yeah.
Been in and out, been around, had some incredible times. Almost watched him not die, but have an incident with some horses in Morocco. So we have had great times. Y'all know he's real funny. But there was a ton that goes into Omar, and I'm very grateful for him as a friend, and really glad and excited today to share more of Omar with y'all today. So with that, Omar, would you give an introduction, who you are, where you're from, and a little bit of your backstory?
Yeah, for sure. My name's Omar Bendjahene. I'm originally from Boston. Family's from Morocco. I met Will in Colombia on a trip. I decided to take a solo trip and live out here. And I was running my online fitness business. That's probably like my first year, I think, like going into it. I met Will through Vincent. I met Will through Vincent, and from there, I think you needed a book. And I had that book. From there, it's been like a brotherhood ever since. But what I do, essentially, is help busy professionals lose weight through my own process, allowing flexibility and sustainability.
Awesome. And so, right, I know a little bit more of your story, but let's share with them too. You've been in this fitness space mostly, but you started in person in Boston. What was that like, going from even just starting off in person and then transitioning into the online world?
Yeah, so I started off coaching in person. My story, I first got my certification, got licensed, and started working for like a local gym. And then from there, I was like helping a lot of people, and I was realizing that, hey, I'm really good at this. And so I decided, there was no growth where I was working, and I was like, I'm gonna take the leap of faith once, and I'm gonna work on basically on my own. So I ended up renting a private studio, had to start all over again because all the clients I had in the previous past were on contracts, and from there slowly worked my way up. And then I started to realize, hey, like in-person coaching is great, but there's so much dependency. There are people that don't go to the gym unless they show up to the sessions, if they can't make it to the session, etc. So I decided to start taking some online clients. And then from there, I started recognizing my online clients were making so much better progress than my in-person clients. And then I was looking at it and I was like, well, I could never see myself just doing online. It's impossible. No one can do that. I can't make X, Y, and Z. Ended up hiring a mentor, broke that limiting belief, completely transitioned into online. And that was actually when we first met in Colombia. That was literally the beginning of it all. And ever since, it's been amazing. And I'm honestly more grateful that I took that fucking risk.
Yeah, and it's been really cool to see you grow. Actually, that's a really good point. Let's jump in on I've said it in different videos, but we haven't highlighted in the conversation with Coomer on how important it actually was to hire that mentor and how that helped you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, especially from the city that I'm from and overall my environment, it's kind of like a solo thing. Everything you should do on your own, one-man mission, etc. And I think growing up around that, if I had kept just with that mindset, I probably would have never reached where I am today. Hiring that mentor not only obviously broke every limiting belief that I had, but sped up the process. I think that's what people don't understand. It's like, yeah, knowledge is out there. You can find everything for sure. Go search it up. We got AI, we got all that. Hiring a mentor literally just zones you in, speeds up the process, and allows you to get to your goals faster. So for me, what took me a year, basically, if I did it on my own, probably would have took me 5 to 6. So that's what I feel like the biggest benefit of hiring her,
Yeah, and words of wisdom, you'll hear the same thing from me. I love the way Colin Jurgensen says it, pay to play. Life really is a pay to play game, and if you can make the right pay to play decisions,
100%.
Obviously, case study right here, time speeds up and you can accelerate even faster towards your goals. But yeah, thanks for sharing that, and thanks for going in on that too. In terms of future vision for you, because you've been in person, you saw that, and you've quickly transitioned here. What does that future vision look like?
Yeah, so I actually got asked an amazing question yesterday from a client. It was like, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? And I was like, honestly, I think I would probably be like a psychologist. I would work with people's minds because of what I do right now. It's technically what the behind the scenes of fitness, right? So for me right now, it's like I'm trying to make sure I help as many people reclaim their health, get their confidence back, improve their self-image through fitness and health. My next steps are actually unclear. Like, I don't know where I want to pivot from, but this is all I want to do as of right now. And I can't see myself doing anything else. I know my future probably is still going to be coaching of some sort, helping others, because I believe that's like where I find the most fulfillment in my life.
Right.
But I don't know what's next,
That Moroccan villa, maybe.
Yeah, the Moroccan villa for sure. So for me, I mean, those are like personal goals. I thought you were asking me like in terms of occupation.
We want to hear the spectrum.
Yeah,
we want to hear the spectrum.
All right, so my biggest goal right now is obviously to retire my mother. That's number one. To go buy her a villa in Morocco and kind of transition her from this Western society over there. She can live her life, relax. I don't see myself living in the United States also, so I do see myself living in Morocco and purchasing some property there and kind of creating a community that's like in Bendjahene, but in Morocco. Because obviously Morocco is a little bit harder to navigate because none of y'all know Darija or Arabic. People do know Spanish, so they can walk around and move around. So kind of creating that. That's essentially like, I would say, my own personal thing on the side.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that too. And then even going back towards starting off and coming from here, being from Boston, let's talk about a little bit about like what brought you to the fitness space, right? Because I know we have some shared basketball and everything like that. Like, talk about what do you think formationally really brought you to here, where you are today?
In terms of the fitness aspect of things?
In terms of just your life's trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, quick little breakdown. I was a basketball player. I loved basketball. Basketball didn't end up loving me back. But at the end of the day, I worked really hard to try, I had a dream of, playing professional basketball. Unfortunately, that didn't come true. Ended up encountering a really bad injury on my knee, and it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because it allowed me to reflect, and I realized I no longer actually wanted to play basketball and kind of rediscovered myself during that dark times. Fitness had happened just to be the bit in between. While I was sitting in bed, depressed, and then I was able to finally move again, I decided to go to a local gym, right? And I started working out. And the instant changes that happened to my body and like realizing how much that actually impacted everything, my confidence, my self-esteem, my relationships, I loved that feeling. And it felt almost as I felt when I was playing ball, like that flow state. And then from there, I kind of transitioned into helping others because it even felt better to help others do it. And then from there, that's where I am today.
Fine. And so while we're on that subject too, feel free to direct it however you want. But I know you probably get people who are high school or college age as well as myself, right? Like I have guys in the DMs coming in. Shout out to y'all. Please keep asking questions. What would you say to those high school athletes or just high school students in general who want to, follow their own path and make their own way, like guys like yourself have?
Do it. I would say 100% take the risk. I feel like one thing I would tell myself if I was 18 years old again is double down. I would say take the risk, fly out to the country or, open the business. Just do it. That's the best advice that I would say because you have something on your, basically time. That's what you have, the luxury of time to be able to make more mistakes and recover from it. I see guys in their 30s, 40s having to take less risks because there's more responsibility, there's, a commitment to their relationship and kids. If you're 18 years old, you can literally do anything and fail and be okay. So I would recommend any high schooler reaching out to Will, any college student, dude, you have nothing to worry about. Like absolutely nothing. And the biggest framework that helps me is just thinking about the worst possible outcome. Like let's say I go and I try something out and I completely fall short. Okay. I go back home, live with my parents, and do it all over again and fix things. There's people that are thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in just student loans, right? And I'm not, and I'm grateful for that. But at the end of the day,
you didn't go to college.
I didn't go to college. I dropped out. Yeah, I dropped out of college because I realized when I was there, just basketball wasn't a thing. So I was like, I'm over this. So I think people don't realize like the advantage they have when they're young, and I'm still young too. But I can't see someone being 18 being afraid to take an insane risk. So simplest term I would say, just take the action, go ahead and do it. obviously, if you want to do it better, work with someone. Invest in yourself and hire a mentor. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't have the money or the funds, go find the money. I'm being dead serious right now. I think the best decisions I've ever made was swiping my credit card when I didn't have it and hiring someone to help me out. Because I look back and I completely doubled, tripled, quadrupled that profit, you know, and I'm glad that I took that risk. And I think something comes with that when you're young and you just swipe your card and you don't have the money, let's say, that energy channels and it helps you actually succeed more. But to summarize and kind of simplify, if you're young and you're 18, you're in college or you're in high school, whatever the case may be, my biggest piece of advice is, number one, take the action first. Number two, hire the mentor and someone to help you and invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No, sauce. And then really to wrap things up, what would you say is one differentiating thing about yourself that has allowed you to succeed that others might be able to replicate?
Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I think I'm dumb, and that's one thing I'm gonna say. I'm not saying I'm dumb in a lot of ways, but I think for me it's like I have this action mindset that I'm not gonna sit here and calculate all the numbers. I'm not gonna sit here and worry about X, Y, and Z. And I think that's one thing that allows me to have an advantage because I don't see the risk, okay, sometimes, and that's good. Because when I encounter, a situation and let's say it's like, oh my God, I just have to solve that right then and there, and then I move forward. Versus people that sit there and contemplate X, Y, and Z. They're overthinking. They've read all these books. They've done all these things. So they just have a lot more resistance into taking action, or they're more pessimistic because, they have all the logical thinking behind it. For me, I approach things like, I know if I work fucking hard, I take the action, without a single doubt in my mind, I'm going to succeed in whatever it is. So I think that's a big advantage that I have.
Fire. Great stuff, brother. Tell the camera where they can follow you, everything, IG if you want to run YouTube, whatever, man.
Yeah, right now I only kind of have an IG account, so you can follow me at The Precision Program. Reach out to me there. I'm probably going to be on YouTube pretty soon, but I don't have a YouTube channel right now. But, yeah.
So follow The Precision Program on Instagram. You can see the YouTube videos, Valencia, you can see Morocco and more. He'll be obviously in the Colombia vlog as well. So definitely go there, talk to Omar, reach out to us. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below or hit us in the DMs. Otherwise, y'all, thanks for watching. This is episode 17. Be blessed. See y'all.